A living Prothean.
Yeah.
That's correct, Admiral. But he's not quite what we expected.
Commander, our scientists barely understand what they need to do here. If the Prothean can help us construct this device, we need his cooperation.
I will try.
Understood, Admiral.
We're losing colonies faster than we can evacuate. We've never seen a force like the Reapers.
He has, Admiral.
Can he help us?
I intend to find out.
Good. Cerberus slipped up and gave us a new weapon. Don't let it go to waste. Hack it out.
Shepard, I need you down in the port cargo hold. It's about our new guest.
I'm on my way. What's the problem?
I've tried to make the room more accommodating, but they're not letting me talk to him.
Apologies, Doctor. Contact protocol with a new species. Assume hostility. We had to dust off the regulations.
But he's not new. I've spent my life studying Protheans.
At ease. I don't think our guest will be a problem.
He could be.
Will he?
That
If you wanted
depends
to.
on you. I can sense fear in you, anxiety and distress. The Reapers are winning.
What do you mean, you sense?
All life provides clues for those who can read them. It is in your cells, your DNA. Experience is a biological marker.
Then what exactly did I experience back on Eden Prime? That was a hell of a flashback.
The battle left its own mark on me. I communicated this to you. It can work both ways.
Like your beacons.
Yes. Which...
The Quakers?
You found one. You saw it all. Our destruction, our warnings. Why weren't they heeded? Why didn't you prepare for the Reapers, human?
It's Commander. And nobody could understand your warnings. The beacon nearly killed me.
Then communication is still primitive in this cycle.
We pieced together what we could, and used it to stop a Reaper invasion 3 years ago.
Then the extinction was delayed.
Yep.
Now we have your plans for the device. We're going to build it.
Device?
The weapon your people were working on. I'd hoped you could tell us how to finish it.
We never finished it. It was too late.
Then I take it you don't know anything about the catalyst.
No. I was a soldier, not a scientist. Skilled in one art, killing.
What was your mission?
Among my people, there were avatars of many traits. Bravery, strength, cunning. A single exemplar for each.
Which are you?
The embodiment of vengeance. I am the anger of a dead people, demanding blood be spilled for the blood we lost. Only when the last Reaper has been destroyed will my purpose be fulfilled. I have no other reason to exist. Those who share my purpose become allies. Those who do not become casualties.
Nothing in our fight against the Reapers has been that cut and dried.
Because you still have hope that this war will end with your honor intact.
I do.
Stand in the ashes of 1 trillion dead souls and ask the ghosts if honor matters. This silence is your answer.
We found this at the dig site. I assume it belongs to you.
It is a memory shard.
Could it help us with the device?
No.
No, it contains only pain. But I will help you fight. And the last thing the Reapers hear before they die will be the last voice of the Protheans, sending them to their grave.
If you don't mind, I have a few more questions I'd like to ask.
Here it comes.
I've written over a dozen studies on your species. I've published in several journals that...
Amusing. Asari have finally mastered writing.
I'm sorry.
Never mind. What do you wish to know?
What can you tell us about your own war with the Reapers?
Many of the details were lost. The conflict lasted for centuries.
Oof.
Those that faced the Reapers in the beginning were long dead when I was born. There were memory shards, however,
hold on.
passed down from soldier to soldier. They gave us fragments of what happened.
I don't think the current cycle would be able to last for centuries, if I'm being honest.
How did your people wage war against the Reapers?
Attrition. We fought them system by system, planet by planet, city by city. Entire worlds were sacrificed just to slow the Reapers down. Time they spent harvesting a population was time we could regroup.
That must have cost you in the long run.
Yes. Our own people would be indoctrinated, converted, then turned against us. But there was no choice. Mercy is not a weapon. It is a weakness.
Several years ago, we found a Prothean VI that called itself Vigil on the planet Ilos. He was the caretaker of a research project.
During my life, Ilos was only a rumor. It was said we had cities there, built on the ruins of a civilization before us, the Inusanon. If our scientists did have a research facility, whatever they were doing was secret.
Yes, Vigil said they wiped all traces of themselves from the records so the Reapers couldn't find them.
The scientists eventually went into cryogenic stasis.
More of my people survived?
No.
No. But they did stop the Reapers from taking control of the Citadel in this cycle. It delayed their invasion.
I never saw the Citadel. It was captured long before I was born.
I'm kinda iffy about the fact that he would call Ilos as well.
Why do you think your own cycle lost the war?
What had been our strength, our empire, became a liability. All races conformed to one doctrine, one strategy. The Reapers exploited this. Once they found our weaknesses, we could not adapt. The subservient races became divided and
Subservient
confused.
races.
Then, it was
The
only
truth
a matter of time.
comes out.
I'm happy to say our cycle is different. Most races cooperate, but they still remain unique.
Then it may be your only hope.
Maybe.
Liara here would never forgive me if I didn't ask you. What was Prothean civilization like?
Yes, I've always wondered, what sort of government did you have, and can you tell me about your religious beliefs, or perhaps the...
Liara.
We are dead now. What does it matter?
I'm sorry. Studying your history has been a lifelong passion of mine.
When I was born, our empire was already at war with the Reapers. The first thing I remember was seeing my planet on fire.
Imagine actually reproducing during that time and saying, oh, I still need to birth children so they can fight. I would never. I don't know. I do not have the instinct to reproduce no matter what future brings.
What was your civilization like before the Reaper attack?
We were the dominant race of our cycle. We ruled the galaxy.
My studies indicated you were the only race engaged in space travel at the time. I always found that curious.
We were one empire composed of many subjects. All eventually called themselves Prothean.
What if they didn't want to?
They weren't given a choice.
Are you saying you enslaved the other species?
Any could oppose us if they wished, and if they had won, they would have ruled. Many tried. None succeeded.
I had no idea Protheans were so... severe.
It was by necessity. Very early, we encountered the dangers posed by machine intelligence. They rebelled against us.
We
Oh,
had the same problem. They're called Geth.
We could not allow the machines to surpass us. It was decided the only way to win was to unite all organic life within our empire.
interesting
Did
teeth.
it work?
For a time, the Metacon War, we were turning the tide until the Reapers arrived. Then we understood machines had surpassed us long ago in ways we could never imagine.
Is there anything more you can tell us about this device your people were trying to build?
We heard only stories. They said our scientists were constructing a great machine that had the power to defeat the Reapers.
You never saw it?
By that point, the Empire was smashed into pieces. None of us knew what the others were doing.
Well, if we don't finish it soon, the same will be true of us.
Back on Eden Prime, it looked like there were other stasis pods. What happened?
The Empire had fallen, and we knew our cycle was lost. We were the final vanguard, the best soldiers left alive.
So more of you were supposed to survive into this cycle?
Yes. Under my leadership, a new Prothean empire would have arisen. We would have commanded the races of your time to prepare
Commanded
for
the
the
race
next
of your
Reaper
time.
invasion. But traitors within our ranks, indoctrinated agents, betrayed us, and the Reapers discovered our plan.
Just out of curiosity, how would you have commanded us?
By leaving you no other option. You would have joined our army, or faced the Reapers alone.
We've uncovered quite a few Prothean ruins. Were you observing our ancestors?
Before the war, we cultivated species who showed potential. Eventually, you would have been offered a choice to join the Empire. But when the Reapers attacked, we ceased all study. We hoped they would see you as too primitive to harvest.
Well, thank you, I think. We've never seen a species with this sensory ability you have.
It was common among my people, imparting experience through touch, the chemistry of life. Complicated ideas could be absorbed in seconds.
That sounds
wish.
very useful.
Yeah, it
We
does.
evolved as hunters. Reading 1,000 details in our environment ensured our survival.
I'm beginning to understand the beacons a bit more.
Later, we developed technology to harness our ability. Information could be stored in certain objects through touch. Memory has its own biomarker, its own chemistry, as do knowledge and skills. The beacons could remember these things.
Things like Reaper invasions.
Yes, I can still sense the turmoil in you, witnessing the extinction of our empire. The fabric of your being was forever marked that day.
Imagine how useful that would be in medicine, a painful topic. To finally let someone know everything that is wrong and what you're feeling without having to put it in words and without having them deny it and not believing you.
So, could you read something about this room?
Oh,
There was
grunt.
liquid, a form of incubation. The DNA of a Krogan who lived here. He was powerful, prone to violence.
I'm impressed. His name was Grunt.
And if
I
he
hope
were
his
my
name is
enemy,
still Grunt.
I would have given him a wide berth. There is great strength in his genes.
You might even meet him. Possibly, maybe.
Thank you for talking with me. I never imagined actually meeting a Prothean.
This has been amusing.
Oh?
To discover the most primitive races of my time now rule the galaxy. The Asari, the humans, the Turians.
There's also the Solarians.
The lizard people evolved.
I believe they're amphibian.
They used to eat flies.
I love
Commander,
how she walked
you may
away.
count on me. I am known as Javik.
And welcome aboard the Normandy, Javik.
Welcome, Javik. Ooh, even get a weapon. Javik.
So much has been lost. So much has changed. And yet the Reapers are still here. For me, it was only yesterday. Our empire spanned the galaxy. Now we are only a myth. I still have much to learn about this cycle.
Good luck.
Nothing to report, Commander.
Noise.
Have you seen our newest crew member?
You mean the biggest story in 50,000 years that I can in no way talk about?
So yeah, I've seen him. Just wondering.
Cerberus stealthily strikes star system shield. No, glad I read that one out loud. Do we need to talk, Commander?
Not right now, Allers.
Let me know when we do.
Is there like a real reason to get her fired, I wonder? I don't remember if she screws something up.
Everything okay with the shuttle?
Just double checking the inertia dampener coils. Can be twitchy in these UT-47s. But don't worry, this bird's been rock solid.
I always see you down here working your ass off. Ever take any downtime?
I get my sleep, Commander. Flying tired is nearly worse than flying drunk.
Yep.
What about your waking hours? Any R&R?
I need to keep myself busy. Otherwise, well, too much time to think.
I feel you. Oh, I feel you.
I appreciate your dedication, but I don't want to see you burn out.
I know my limits. I wouldn't take a chance with your life.
So before this war, you must have done something to relax.
Sure. I remember back when the Hawking was based out of Arcturus and I was just a fighter jock. There was this observation deck overlooking the main flight paths. You could watch every ship taxi in and out. When I was alone, I'd turn off the auditory emulators and just watch them drift by in silence.
You know, there are views like that on the Citadel. Next time we're there, you should take some shore leave. Clear your head.
I don't know. Maybe.
Take some time off on the Citadel, Steve. As a favor to me.
If you put it that way, how can I say no?
You can't.
Just don't go look at the refugees if you can. Might only get worse. I'm gonna be so doggy. Do not. Hello.
I still can't believe it. A real live Prothean. Doc must be over the moon.
You could say that.
I hear the guy's not all there. Exactly. Damn. I can't imagine. Brought forward 50,000 years. Last of your kind. That's bound to screw with your mind.
Yeah.
Well, here's hoping he can help us with the Reapers. I bet the elusive man's boiling in his brandy right about now. Took that Prothean right out from under him. Hey.
Not a fake dead one? What? Which? Who? Do you mean?
new notification is available on the private messages terminal.
Prothean announced 2186, entry 1. I think this Prothean must have seen, if they had the technology to preserve someone for over 50,000 years, no wonder they were capable of building things like the device on Mars. Must give him time to get his bearings, but goddess, when will we get another chance to learn so much about their civilization? Attached notes on Prothean.
A Prothean. A living, breathing Prothean right below me.
Not a
Not
fake
what I
one.
expected.
Me neither.
A living,
He
breathing.
was a little cold when I tried to talk. I understand the shock of waking up again. His species gone.
Do you?
But a Prothean, Shepard. There's so much he could tell us. Hello again.
Well, if he was a scientist, or like a scholar, he probably would have been able to tell you some shit. But as a soldier, I wouldn't get your hopes up too much.
Seen a lot of crazy things in my time on the Normandy, Shepard.
Sure you
Talking
did.
Reaper, talking plant, and now a real
Talking
live
plant.
talking Prothean. Hell of a thing. Waking up to find everything you know is destroyed. But I imagine the chance to get some payback is consolation. Doubt you and I will ever get a second chance against the Reapers.
Who knows?
What do you suppose the Prothean eats? What if it's boiled asari with a side of fried Turian?
Very possible.
I don't know about Liara, but I'm not taking that one for the team. If this war goes south, maybe we could freeze you for 50,000 years, Shepard. You could go from being merely famous to legendary.
I'd hope.
Later.
Get Shepard in Mass Effect 5. Imagine. With most of your crew dead.
Take care, Commander.
Take care, I will.
So a Prothean? A real live Prothean?
Yep.
Has Liara stopped bouncing yet? I'm guessing there may have been some bouncing. Commander?
I'd rather you not put the RN bouncing in the same sentence, my friend.
How's our new visitor adjusting to the ship, Edie?
He appears not to understand the human custom of separate-sex restroom facilities. I am attempting to enlighten him. I will update you if there is positive progress.
How about you just update me if he doesn't get the message?
Very well.
So outdated custom anyway. Who needs separate sex bathrooms?
Hello, Shepard.
Showers, baths, that I get. Toilet, nah. As long as you have a lock on the door, who cares? Use a cubicle and don't be annoying to other people.
Those poor colonists on Eden Prime. First the Geth attack, now Cerberus. For what it's worth, our new crew member doesn't need a translator himself, but he shared a Prothean language tutorial program.
Nice.
It was apparently designed for servant races being inducted into the Empire. Charming cultural clue.
Yep.
Commander?
Charming culture clue is right. Now, I need to take the bathroom break I've been talking about for the last 30 minutes, and I'll be back. We're back. I'm back. Let's do the codex first. Nothing here. What do you want from me here? Cerberus Atlas. With the Atlas, Cerberus research arm has combined the deadly armor and firepower of Ymir mech with the tactical superiority of a trained human pilot. An Element Zero core allows Atlas to be airdropped into a battlefield with minimal impact damage. This thick armor includes a robust, transparent canopy made from polycrystalline composite cone proprietary to Cerberus. Alliance engineers hypothesized that the material is some kind of synthetic sapphire composed with interlayers to resist cracking and thermal damage. Although the Atlas is somewhat unwieldy in the field, its interpersonal machine guns and ability to shrug off damage from anything short of heavy weapon makes it a fearsome opponent. Heavy loss of life is to be expected in any unprepared encounter with this unit. Cerberus Engineer. Cerberus combat engineers are specialized support units that assist primary forces while staying out of the line of fire. They wear lighter armor than the typical Cerberus combatant, using a modified mesh that allows greater mobility. Undercover and out of sight engineers focus on setting up and maintaining turrets as well as preparing mechanical units or armored allies. When confronted, they return fire only for long as it takes them to find cover again and let frontline combat personnel take over. Although engineers are not particularly dangerous on their own, the Alliance specifically warns troops to remain alert for turrets, which can mow down an entire squad while the engineer escapes. Nemesis. The Nemesis is a Cerberus sniper specialist. Customized implants allow the Nemesis to withstand the crippling kickback of 98 Widow and material rifle, turning a double opponent to a force capable of inflicting instant death. A sort of high-tech scanning equipment makes the sniper adept at maintaining cover, meaning a Nemesis is usually spotted only after opening fire, assuming the target survives the first round. Because of self-destruct mechanisms that activate upon sniper's death, the Alliance has never retrieved an example of Nemesis augmentation technology. This fact, combined with Cerberus forces penchant for suicide when faced with capture, has made scientific study of their implants impossible. 1 second. Okay. Next. Citadel, Eden Prime. Oh, I probably didn't get... Yeah, I did have a feeling. I missed some. Cerberus Lab. Let's try to scan some stuff in the system. Hopefully. Huh? There it is. Asgard. Boris hydrogen helium gas giant with over 90 moons. The light of ionized hydrogen filtering through the upper cloud deck of sodium causes its striking coloration. The source of colonization has not yet been confirmed, but Bohr's math equal to 6 Jupiters and high temperature suggest it may be a brown dwarf, a gas giant that gained almost enough mass to ignite into a small star. The Reapers destroyed Bohr's extensive helium-3 infrastructure All the wreckage indicates that the Sixth Fleet did not give up the planet without fight. Terra Nova. Terra Nova was one of the Class 1 colonization prospects discovered by the first wave of Alliance service in 2150. It was the second human extrasolar colony and the first beyond the Charon mass relay. It once boasted the highest population of any formally endorsed Alliance colony, but in recent years, threats of Batarian attack, so probably, caused many to immigrate. The name Exodus Cluster became all too apt. Ouch. Reapers landed on Terra Nova after a brief battle with the Alliance 6th Fleet. Aware that it would lose, the fleet retreated in hopes of meeting with allies and retaking the planet. Intelligence indicates that the Reaper force hears light, and debate rages over whether to try to liberate the planet, or if such an effort would prove futile if the Reapers sent reinforcements. 4 million people. If I try to get between them, can I?
I found something.
Yes, nice. Oh shit. I'm glad I was able to do that in one scan. They are very alert around here. Cruiser Shanghai. Remains of Reaper Destroyer. What if I run out of fucking fuel? It's almost. Utopia. Must get 40%. I will have to come back for it.
Signal confirmed.
Browsing data files. There's fuel depot. Nice. Very helpful. I think what I want to do is try to get this one. I think they should have reset after I do a story mission, so... Oh, wait. Does it count as a story mission? But at the very least they can refuel. I don't know if Eden Prime counts as a story mission because it's a DLC. We can try. Also, can someone remind me which one did I scan last time? Nice. And then we use the same. It's kinda useless. Spend that amount of fuel together. Get the amount of fuel. People keep sending messages I can't respond to right now. Woof. Real life, leave me alone. I think there was a... Patron name below. And that one. You can try Kite's Nest. If you have enough fuel. Or some. There's something here. We'll need to scan. According to Battarian propaganda, the Battarian population exceeds the Council races. The Battarian military is the most powerful, and the Battarians' unlivable hothouse planets are the hottest and the most unlivable. The best proof of this last point is Eska, which closely orbits the scorching yellow-white star Antral. Eska's nitrogen-heavy atmosphere might once have held oxygen, but if so, it burned off long ago. Even robo-miners don't care for Eska. Although some modern mining equipment can withstand the heat, the material still gets stuck in the soup of molten light metals on the planet's surface. Reaper present near Eska seems light. Scans reveal wreckage orbiting the planet, likely destroyed hegemony surveillance drones. Kloss. Kloss is a rock planet with almost no atmosphere to speak of. Consequently, the planet retains very little heat considering how close it orbits to an energetic star. Relatively mild temperature made Kloss attractive for robo mining with an emphasis on platinum. The planet also has an abundance of sodium oxide used in the manufacture of lye, but profit margins on that compound are thin by comparison. The Reapers have destroyed the orbital stations surrounding Kloss and cut the strands of the space elevators that earlier generations of Battarians used to transport goods to orbit. On deck is a brutally hot and wet garden world, covered with molds of Legion Analogs. It has many viruses and bacteria lethal to Battarian physiology. I cannot read words today. The hegemony colonized Adek early in its expansion, but few of the colonists wanted to stay. The result was dominated by a class of landed slave owners. A small cadre of well-paid engineers and skilled laborers kept the planet's max and infrastructure functioning. Alliance estimates put the planet's Battarian population just over 6 million, more than Terranova, but that number has likely fallen since Reapers arrived at Bet. Since there was one around here, I should probably scan some around here to get as many of them as possible.
I found something.
Oof. A lot of Reaper alertness. Ooh, credits. Nice. Fuel. Just 100. And 100%. Is there any... Uza. Uza is a methane-rich gas giant. The wreckage around the helium-3 infrastructure is unusual. It looks as if fleeing Batarians tried to sever the collection equipment and take it with them when they were attacked. No Reaper ships, functional otherwise, are immediately detectable, suggesting the Batarians may have actually turned on each other. Back to Harsa. Elim. The tiny rock and ice planet that is now missing much of its ice, Elim was part of a grand project by a hegemony dictator known as Grabosh the Mad. His aim was to drop enormous chunks of Elim's ice on surfaces of otherwise uninhabitable desert planets in the hopes of creating sustainable lakes and seas. Wider heads than he pointed out that diverting a comet was more plausible, but Grabosh executed those who disagreed with him. Of course he did. Grabosh's career was surprisingly long given his loose grip on reality, mostly because his projects employed large numbers of Batarians. Today, Elim lies abandoned. Hegemony spy drones still orbit the planet, but it's doubtful any on Karshan is paying attention to what data they send back. Karshan, the Batarian homeworld, is wrapped less in mystery than in outright lies. Batarian propaganda claims the world has 15 billion inhabitants and an economy that rivals the Asari. Although the legal slave trade does boost the Batarians' profits somewhat, Citadel sanctions have left a paper tiger of an empire, and that fights rivals through deniable terrorist action rather than the wars of its heyday centuries ago. The Reaper will likely be the death blow to the Empire. Almost no information has escaped Karshan since the Reapers destroyed the Compios. One Batarian refugees said that resistance has created a bond among the commoners. If a new government can rise from the ashes, the bond may sustain a new Batarian society. Maybe. If they can. Oh, there's something here. Verush is a hydrogen helium gas giant named for an ancient Batarian monarch whose empire spanned continents. He had such a penchant for mating that 0.6% of modern Batarians claim to trace their lineage to him. Genghis Khan. The planet's moons are named after his many recognized wives. The largest beer concealed Prothean ruins that helped the Batarians develop FTL travel. It is a Batarian point of pride that, since the ruins were damaged by earthquakes, they had less information to go than other spacefaring species. The Reapers have destroyed all obvious military outposts in Bur's orbit. The Batarians' notorious secrecy, however, may have allowed concealed subterranean facilities on vanished moons to survive. Let's hope.
Signal confirmed.
Do we get a subterranean facility? Weapon upgrade kit. Nice. 66. There's something else around here, isn't there? But I don't think I want to risk. I will better come back. 80%, okay. Hades Gamma. Ooh, there's a lot of Hades Gamma. Do we have the fuel? Do we have the fuel to... Let's hope we find some fuel. Also, we can just do half and then do half later because too much reading. Mindla. Mindla is a terrestrial planet with light atmosphere of carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide. The surface is hot and mainly composed of magnesium with deposits of sulfur. Over a dozen volcanoes are currently erupting across the surface. Okay. Viaria is a huge hydrogen helium gas giant with trace methane in its atmosphere. Nonel. Though it's one of the oldest entries in the star charts, Nonel has not yet been fully mapped. It is the largest body in the asteroid belt of the blue star Plutus, not only large enough to maintain a spherical shape, but also massive enough to retain noxious carbon and sulfur dioxide venting from its many volcanoes as an atmosphere. Nonel is rapidly volcanic, and the source of its great heat is also a source of its inordinate mass. Nonel is a secondary source of element zero, coalesced around a large chunk of ether ejected by a supernova billions of years ago. Surface conditions are extremely hazardous in addition to the thin crust and numerous magma flows. Wide stretches of landscape are coated with slippery ash and cinders ejected from the volcanoes. Clocroris is a modest rock planet, roughly the size of Mars. It has a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. Its scorching hot surface is mainly composed of silicate rock with deposits of aluminium, and other light metals. Clocrolis has a very weak magnetic field in addition to very high levels of solar radiation and is not suitable for Mass Effect Drive's discharge operations. Let's try to do like center of these.
I found something.
Risky. What do you have? Nonel. Ooh. Special Ops Team Zeta. 103rd Marine Division. Let's try going to this and hope that we get some fuel at this. Because if we don't, we might not have enough to get back. Ryash is a standard hydrogen helium gas giant with traces of sodium and ammonia in its atmosphere. During the brief gold rush to Kransal, a few companies established an infrastructure for helium-3 skimming and deuterium mining on Ryash's icy moons. When Kransal proved to be less wealthy than expected, the facilities were stripped for parts and abandoned. Kransal has a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. Its first geological surveys were performed by Batarians and suggested areas of great mineral wealth. Human mining concerns spent billions of credits for hustling to the distant system and sinking test bores to claim the system for humanity. But Kransal had only an average level of mineral wealth, valuable but hardly worth the rush and expense. Merida Industria, a small Mexican company hoping to strike its reach in their first extrasolar mining venture, had to file for bankruptcy protection. Investigation revealed the Batarian crew had deliberately falsified their surveys, hoping it would encourage human rivals to invest in a costly boondoggle. While unethical, this was not technically illegal, and the Batarian government disavowed the personal actions of few misguided patriots. The planet is still littered with abandoned mining bases, which are often used as temporary meeting places for criminals. Must be nice. Okay, there's something there. Grammar. Is an icy terrestrial world with the atmosphere of carbon dioxide in Krypton. Its surface is mainly composed of frozen ammonia with deposits of tin, and other light metals. When exposed to sunlight, Grammar's ammonia can melt, forming equatorial seas of the toxic chemical. This has allowed a profusion of simple fungus and lichens to evolve, in the low of energy environment. A byproduct of their metabolism causes them to glow very faintly. While the light of an individual is insignificant, large patches them reinforce the light to one another and are visible from space. Must be pretty. Let's try to get in the middle of this.
Signal confirmed.
Yeah, we'll have to come back here, but we hope we get some fuel. Thank you. Yes, let's go back. And do the farinata and cacos, whatever you want to call it, next time. I don't want to spend too much time just scanning.
I found something.
Wreckage of fuel depots. Perfect. I need some to get to this thing. Server's lab. Lena. Cloaked to the methane cloud hothouse planet is the lack of metal-rich core and significant magnetosphere allows for an easy scan, which reveals mining equipment on surface. It can be deduced that this mine occurred within the last 5 years. Any longer, and the machines would have been worn down by nothing by the excessive heat and dust storms of hot iron oxide. I will try.
Signal confirmed.
Nice. Money. I'm so hungry. Fuel. Server's lab. Sanctum is proof of the old space adage. Just because it's a garden world doesn't mean it's a picnic. Freezing ice storms cover the poles and temperature zones, leaving a narrow strip of habitable land on the equator. Dry but windy, this area is home to Sanctum's minimal terrestrial planet life. The planet has yet to develop land-based animals, though invertebrates grow quite large in the pelagic seas. Mining, referred to as cracking, and anywhere but the equator is a common employment on Sanctum. The planet is rich in platinum and palladium deposits as well as boron, which is logically used in semiconductor doping. Carbon dioxide levels on Sanctum can reach 5,000 parts per million during thermal inversions. Travelers should carry breath masks at all times and consult the Sanctum world weather service for warnings. Paris is at 14-year global high on Sanctum. Visitors should take appropriate security precautions. Colony founded 2169, population 255,300, capital Ves. What shall we do? What shall we do? Indeed, James. That's me. Still no mods for that. Increase the force of damage squad mate powers. Increase squad mate weapon damage by 10. Increased weight capacity bonus for the revive. Tempting, but this is also tempting. I wanna take this in preparation for getting the widow. Bitch. Now. Power damage, health and shield bonuses. Let's do incinerate. Zero.
Commander, I've got a hail from Admiral Hackett.
Put him through, Lieutenant.
Shepard, we've uncovered a secret Cerberus lab, function unknown. We sent in a recon team, but they were forced to pull out before they got very far.
Any other intel?
We think they're using the facility to warehouse and study Reaper tech. We've been wondering how Cerberus is connected to the Reapers, and this might give us some answers.
We're on it.
Find out what Cerberus is doing and get me any Reaper tech samples you can, Commander. Hack it out.
Sure.
Tracking some tech with a Reaper signature. That's your first sample to grab. Updating your nav point.
On my way.
I forgot to take off my glasses. Let's go, boys and girls. An AI. Money. This looks to me like some Reaper tech. Personal log C. Talavi. Finally hear about the troops here with the intense. No one smiles, ever. And suicide. I just noticed these guys. Suicide and capture orders, seriously? They go training integration. I start being integrated tomorrow. Can't wait. Ooh. Integration, you mean indoctrination?
Well, that's weird looking. Guess we found it.
Got the sample.
Roger that. Meet you at the landing pad.
Live integration successful. Cease item capture orders confirmed. Cerberus is my friend. Obey. Protect humanity at any cost. Definitely indoctrination.
Second sample located, Commander. Nav point updated.
Good work.
Did you call my name? Or am I tripping? James? Oh my god. They just run out on me.
The signature is definitely Reaper technology.
You don't say.
Cortez, second sample secured. Heading back to you now.
Negative, Commander. Pad got hot. Had to bug out. Got 3 birds on my 6. Taking fire. Scratch that. Make it 4.
Cortez?
Rendezvous when I can. Out.
We just need to hold out until Cortez can pick us up.
Nothing like having your back to the wall.
Never said it would be easy.
Nope. These guys.
Stay focused. This isn't over yet.
I'm fully functional.
She's fully functional. And I missed him. Point
Cortez,
blank.
do you copy? What's your status?
Engaging multiple targets. Time for something to get risky.
Lieutenant!
We lack other exit strategies, Shepard.
Then we find another way. Keep fighting.
I must just looking for some shit to pick up, to be honest. Rather than for the exit strategy at this point of time. That's gore. Oh, this is what I was looking for.
Will only lead to metagel advances for Hanar. Only Cerberus would call that a failure.
Can you sit down? Stop jumping.
Cortez, do you copy?
He's gone, Commander. Now what?
He'll make it. Let's just keep the landing pad clear.
I don't think he's gone. I think he's working hard.
Commander had to go dark side to shake him. Coming in hot. Be ready.
Heading for extraction point now.
You're ready. Edie, there's like guy right behind you. Can you turn around?
We're at the extraction point, ready for pickup.
Almost there.
Okay. I hope I didn't miss anything.